Finally, something clicked. A light flickered on, and before Meave's eyes appeared the outline of a Nilfgaardian general.
Ardal Aep Dahy.
Speak common, please. I know not your tongue.
Oh, forgive me. I thought I spoke to someone else. Good to see you in good health, Queen. Or ex-Queen, I suppose, would be the more apt title.
Instead of fretting so much over my title, give yours.
Of course. Where are my manners? Duke Ardal Aep Dahy, Grand Chancellor, Commander of Army Group East. I believe you've heard of me.
Ardal Aep Dahy. Nilfgaardian politics is described as worse than a viper's nest. To survive and thrive, you must be exceptionally ruthless and cunning. And that's only to survive. Now imagine what it would take to become Emhyr's right hand. Let's just say that he probably has no empathy and no conscience. He served under the 3 emperors and was partly responsible for the downfall of one. Ardal was loyal to House Emrys and was one of Fergus's most loyal courtiers. Once the Usurper took the throne, Ardal helped Fergus's son, Emhyr, to flee from Nilfgaard. He hid him for a week before he made sure that he was safe out of the Empire. Ardal never did this because he wanted Emhyr to survive. He did this for his own benefit. He had expected that once Emhyr would return and would take back the crown, that he would be able to call in favors to control him, seeing as how he helped him retake the throne. And Ardal did eventually help Emhyr. Once Emhyr gave the signal in the year 1257, he, Ardal Aep Dahy, and the sorcerer Vilgefortz disposed of the Usurper. Ardal, however, soon learned that the young emperor he wanted to manipulate and control didn't fall for it. So he sought another way to get more influence. His daughter, Ardal Aep Dahy. As Emhyr didn't have an heir that was known to the world at the time, and wasn't married at the time as well, because Pavetta had already died. As far as I'm aware, Ardal Aep Dahy didn't know what Emhyr did while he was in exile, and therefore didn't know who Cirilla was to him. Once Emhyr started his war against the north and conquered Cintra, he subsequently lost at Sodden. The nobles and trading guilds in Nilfgaard became dissatisfied with the losses they made in the war, and once, a few years later, the plan to wed Emhyr to Cirilla of Cintra came out, it led to a few of his loyal dukes and barons to start a hidden conspiracy to remove Emhyr from the throne. Ardal, along with Joachim de Wet, Count de Arvi, Berengar Leeuwarden, the Counts Bourne, and Stefan Skellen, along a few more, all wanted to get rid of him and started making plans. They wanted to use Yennefer to have her kill Emhyr and to put Morven Vorhis on the throne. They wanted Morven because she was still young and easy to manipulate. It was not clear whether or not Emhyr suspected that Ardal Aep Dahy and Joachim de Wet were up to something, but Asir Varanahid said in her conversations with Count Cirilla that Emhyr was either very naive or very clever, because Emhyr chose Ardal Aep Dahy to lead Army Group East, while Joachim de Wet was to lead Army Group West. The main objective of Army Group East was to take Adarn, Toblathana and Lyria. They were the only group to succeed in their task. Instead of right out fighting, Ardal used diplomacy to take over the lands. Like how he took Lyria, by having the lords and trading guilds turn against Meave and put her eldest son, Willem, on the throne. At Willem's side was Count Caldwell. However, Ardal Aep Dahy wasn't pleased with this. Caldwell tried to influence Willem, to have him do what he wanted. However, Ardal Aep Dahy wanted to do the same. So he arranged for Caldwell to be moved to a different part of the Empire, Engren. But this wasn't the end of the plans for Caldwell. He arranged with his officers to have Caldwell be poisoned after Meath was dealt with, since he had no more use for him. The reason he chose poison was not that the other northern allies suspect anything, as well as because it was easy to kill Caldwell with, because of his love for wine. He, however, never had the chance to kill Caldwell, as Meath came along and killed him by throwing him out of a window before he ever could be poisoned. As it turned out, Ardal Aep Dahy had underestimated Meath and did not expect her to be able to fight for this long. Unknown to Meath, he had a spy in her army, who he tasked to assassinate her. This attempt, however, failed. Ardal Aep Dahy had used Rivia Castle as a base of operations to control the lands he'd taken over. Meath was motivated to drive Ardal out and to deal with him for once and for all. And despite all odds, she managed to conquer the castle. Thanks to a back passage that she knew about, she was able to get a few men into the castle, unseen, who would be able to open the gates for them so they could let their entire army in. Ardal lost this battle and fled to Aldersburg. In the meantime, however, Berengar Leeuwarden had decided he wanted to leave the conspiracy and confessed everything he knew and gave Emhyr all the names of the conspirators. Among them, Ardal Aep Dahy. Nilfgaard, who was now on the losing side, was forced to prepare a counter-offensive. Meath didn't want to let this happen and ran straight towards him, towards Aldersburg, with reinforcements from Cadwyn and Eddern. However, before she could reach Aldersburg, Ardal Aep Dahy was dead. Emhyr, who learned of his betrayal, had sent him an ultimatum, which resulted in Ardal Aep Dahy killing himself with poison. Aep Dahy knew how to win wars. He was prepared to make any sacrifice to win, even if he had to kill and enslave thousands of people. He never entered the battle himself, he never wore armor, and never used his blade. His way of war were assassins, threats, and negotiations. Although he had success, his wish for power became his undoing. That was it for Ardal Aep Dahy. If you want more richer lore, subscribe and like the video. Till the next video. Bye.